Girl, do not, and I mean absolutely do not, weigh yourself right before your period, because I learned the hard way. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Becca, and I'm about to expose the 11 biggest mistakes that kept me stuck, frustrated, and restarting for years. These are the things I wish somebody told me before I spent years feeling like my body was broken. So let's get straight into it. Mistake number 1, telling the wrong people that I was on a diet. Now, I learned this the hard way. Some people could be your friends or family and still don't want to see you looking your best or feeling your best, especially looking better and feeling better than them. They want to see you exactly where you are so that they can actually make excuses for them and not change. You tell them that you're actually trying to be healthy, and suddenly they're pushing unhealthy options in your face. Like, oh, come on, it's just one chip, and it's not like you eat like this every single day. And this just ends up enabling your bad behavior. Look, they might not even tell you you're that big or you even need to lose weight. Even if you actually truly need to lose weight, especially for your health. These are the same people that would literally call you chubby every single time they meet you. Girl, those are not your friends. So now I only share my goals with people that actually support my goals. So start protecting your energy, because not everybody deserves access to your self-improvement era. Mistake number 2, skipping entire meals to save calories. Now, I used to skip breakfast or dinner thinking that I was actually being disciplined. I'd end up starving myself until like 12 a.m., pouring myself a mountain-sized bowl of cereal and calling it a snack, when in reality, I ended up eating more calories throughout the day than if I just had dinner. My sleep sucked, my cravings were all over the place, and my metabolism slowed down. Now I know balance is way better than starvation. Your body isn't a simple math equation. It's a living system that needs consistency. And when you actually fuel it properly, it stops rebelling against you. Mistake number 3, overusing sauces, condiments, and oils. Okay, I have something to confess. I used to drown everything in sauce. Like if it wasn't a garlic dip, sweet and sour sauce, or some kind of creamy drizzle involved, I simply was not interested. And don't even get me started on cooking oils. I'd pour them like they were free of calories. What I didn't realize was how these little extra calories added up so quickly. A spoonful of olive oil here, few dips of sauce there, and boom, I accidentally ate the exact same calories as a full meal. My food wasn't the problem, it was everything else that I was putting on top of it. Now I learned to be a little bit more intentional. If I really want sauce, I use enough just to taste it, not drowning the entire plate in it. I'll swap my heavy dressings with Greek yogurt mixes and actually check how much I'm actually adding. It's not about cutting out flavor, but it's about realizing where those sneaky calories are actually coming from, which is one of the biggest reasons I was actually stuck. Once I actually started managing them, that list started to move again. Mistake number 4, copying those hot girl trending workouts on TikTok and YouTube. Now, way back in the day, I used to do the P90X, boot camps, HIIT, and all those popular burn fat fast YouTube videos. Like, you know, those get abs in 7-day workouts? Yeah, I used to do those too. Day 1, obviously I was super motivated. I was ready to go. I had my cute little outfits. Day 2, I collapsed halfway through the exercise, questioning my life choices. Those workouts weren't terrible, but they were just not for me. I definitely was not at that fitness level yet. I used to say, well, I'm just not fit enough, so I practically give up. But the truth is, you just need to start where you are. For me, that meant my strength training sessions, but starting off at super manageable weights and then increasing it from there. Also meant walking instead of doing my crazy sprints, but working my way up to being able to do them. 10,000 steps a day changed my actual physique more than any other influence challenge ever could. It was simple, doable, and actually sustainable. And that was the real flex. Mistake number 5, ignoring calories in healthy foods. I used to treat avocados and peanut butter like they were calorie-free foods. And those healthy protein recipes that are actually desserts, don't even get me started. I'd scoop peanut butter out like I was building a house with it. And then I found out 1 tablespoon of peanut butter is the equivalent of a small meal in terms of calories. So healthy doesn't mean limitless. So don't get me wrong, I still eat all of those foods, but I'm actually aware of the portions. I even swapped some of my peanut butter with PB Fit, sometimes especially when I needed a lower calorie fix. Knowledge equals freedom, not restriction. Mistake number 6, drinking your calories. Okay, this one hit me hard, especially when I realized how much it was holding me back. For the longest time, I'm gonna be real with you, I never thought calories in the drink actually mattered. I'd grab a smoothie because it was super healthy, and I genuinely didn't even think that the calories mattered. Like, it's just a drink, right? Wrong. When I finally looked at it, honestly, I realized that my healthy smoothie had more sugar than an actual donut because it's basically a dessert in a cup. And don't even get me started with those weekend mimosas. I was sipping hundreds of calories without even noticing. Here's the thing, liquid calories do not fill you up. You drink them and then an hour later, you're starving. So I'd end up eating and drinking my calories. Double intake with zero satisfaction. What changed for me was switching up things that actually supported my goals. For example, flavored sparkling water instead of those fruit juices. It wasn't about restriction, it was about awareness. And once I actually stopped drinking my calories, I noticed myself feeling a lot less bloated and I felt more in control of it. I started fueling my body instead of feeding my cravings through a straw. Mistake number 7, eating just because everybody else is. Okay, this one hit me a little bit deep. I'd order takeout or go out with friends to restaurants and order crazy amounts of food. I'd instigate and join in even if I wasn't actually hungry. Why? Because I didn't want to be alone. But after I'd eat this copious amounts of food, I just feel guilty. And this set up a terrible relationship with food. The first time I said no thanks made me feel super uncomfortable. But after that, super liberating. Mistake number 8, trying to eat perfectly clean food every single time. When I first started to change my diet, I thought eating clean just meant eating salads and sadness. I was choking down on dry chicken like it was a punishment from the universe. I thought being healthy meant eating like a robot. No sauce, barely any seasoning, and zero joy. But then guess what? I'd eat my sad, fit meal, feel miserable, and probably sometimes hungry. End up 10 minutes in the kitchen, grabbing something that actually tasted good later. So technically now I just ate 2 meals. Now I eat what satiates my body and actually tastes good at the same time. I learned moderation and mindfulness will take you further than misery and restriction ever will. Mistake number 9, using food to cope with stress. Now this one is super personal. I used to have a secret snack drawer. You know the one where you place all your snacks when life gets super overwhelming? Work stress, snack drawer. Family drama, snack drawer. Feeling anxious for probably no reason? Well, you know, just reach for another snack. And I tell myself, it's fine, just a few more bites. But it never was. It was just mindlessness that I'll just have one more handful, kind of spiral. And it wasn't even about the hunger. It was more about the escape. But the truth is, it never actually comforted me. It just numbed me for about 5 minutes and then I felt guilty later. Now when I actually feel that urge, I tend to pause and ask myself, what do I need right now? Sometimes it's just music. Sometimes it's a deep breath and stepping away from my laptop, because healing my relationship with food isn't just about willpower, it's more about awareness. And once I stopped using food to manage my emotions, everything started to fall into place. Mistake number 10, weighing myself every single day. I used to step on the scale every morning, like it was a report card on my worth. And if the number went down, this was an amazing day. But if it went up, instant spiral. What I didn't realize is weight fluctuations, especially as a woman, is actually a thing because we have this thing called a menstrual cycle. Hormones, sodium, water, and digestion all plays a role. Now I weigh myself once a week at most, and even then I look at the trends, not the daily drama. Your progress isn't only measured by a number on a scale. It's in your strength, your energy levels, your mood, your confidence, and your consistency. Mistake number 11, thinking weight loss was permanent. When I finally lost the weight, I thought, I'm done. Okay, now I can relax. That's actually really cute. A few I deserve this meal weekends, old habits kick back in, and so did the weight. That's when I learned maintenance is a skill. You don't just finish fitness, you evolve with it. When I gain a few pounds after a trip or holiday, I don't panic anymore. I just reset, refocus, and keep going, because this isn't a temporary diet. It's a lifelong relationship with your body. So yeah, there's the 11 mistakes that kept me stuck for years. And if you're making any of these right now, don't go ahead and beat yourself up. Awareness is the first step. And I promise you, once you stop doing these things, everything is going to change for you. Your energy changes, your confidence changes, your body starts to trust you again. So if this video hits home for you, go ahead and like, comment, and share the video with somebody that you actually might find this helpful. And once again, don't forget to subscribe for more real talk like this, because we're not just losing weight over here, we're building women who never quit.